Hey everybody, how you doing? It is Chris. We are getting into Genesis 1, starting verse 1, and we're going to go all the way through. My hope is to go all the way through the Bible, chapter by chapter, basically just reading it, right? But if there's something that maybe makes sense or raises questions, by all means, put it in the chat. I'm not a scholar by any means. I am just a person. So I probably have the same questions as you do. Maybe I'll speak less mumbly. We'll figure it out. All right. So I'm kind of in an enclosed space right now. This is not going to be my normal area. I hope to be doing it in a different room, but we had some furniture arrangements that we had to make tonight. So it is what it is, and here we are. So with that, Genesis chapter 1. The account of creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Now, I'm reading this down below, and so if my eyes look closed, it's not because I'm remembering it. I am not. I'm actually reading this right online right now. Again, not my normal setup, and hopefully we'll tweak some of this as we go along, but work with me. So anyway, earth was formless and empty, darkness covered the deep waters, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. The evening passed, and morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a space between the waters to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." And that is what happened. God made this space to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens. God called this space sky. The evening passed and morning came, marking the second day. So we have land and we have sky, or separation of waters. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land and the waters seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed-bearing plant and trees that grow with seed-bearing fruit. These seeds will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came. And that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants and trees with seed-bearing fruit. These seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. The evening passed and morning came, marking the third day. It's interesting as I go through here. It says, hey, we're seed-bearing plants, and that is what happened. Hey, let the water separate from the earth and the sky, and that is what happened. So God says, and that is what happened, which I never really caught that the first time. Then God said, "Let the light appear in the sky to separate the light." Let's try that again. Then God said, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night. Let them be signs to mark the seasons, days, and years. Let these lights in the sky shine down on earth." That is what happened. God made two great lights, the larger one to govern the day and the smaller one to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. The evening passed and morning came, marking the fourth day. Yep. Sometimes it's nerve-wracking just to be doing this, but we're going to keep going and we're going to get more comfortable. Then God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of its own kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." The evening passed and morning came, marking the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of its own kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals." And that is what happened. Love that. And that is what happened. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each able to produce offspring of the same kind, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make humans in our own image, to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and the livestock and all the wild animals on the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground. So God created human beings in his own image, which, if that's the case, I mean, I resembles, my guess is a very minute part of God's creation. Everybody is, you know, God created us all, right? So God created human beings in his own image. Somewhere I am in the image of God, whether it's my bald head or my big toes. I'm not sure, right? Because I'm not perfect. So that's all I'm going to say there. But so God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. He created them. Well, that's pretty simple and self-explanatory. Then God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it, reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, and all the animals that scurry along the ground. Then God said, look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth and all of the fruit trees for your food. I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life. And that is what happened. Then God looked over all he had made, and he saw that it was very good. Evening passed, morning came, marking the sixth day. That is the end of Genesis chapter 1. I don't know why it doesn't end on chapter or day 7, when he rested. If I'm not mistaken, chapters and verses, they didn't come until like the 1500 area, and somebody thought it was a good idea to knock it off here. I think one of them actually, one of the verses, actually multiple verses, get chopped off mid-sentence. That could be a difference in translation. Some words don't transfer over. I'm not a scholar. I have no idea. If anybody has any idea on that, by all means, put it in the comments. But that is Genesis chapter 1. And we're going to end that video on this. I said some things. Great. If we like it, we'll go forward. If we don't like it, guess what? We're still going forward. I've waited too long to do this. So thank you. Love you guys. And I'll see you again.